లండన్లో ఉమెన్స్ కొలాబరేటివ్ స్ప్రింగ్ సిరీస్ ఈవెంట్ జరిగింది యూట్యూబ్ వాళ్ళది గూగుల్ హెడ్ క్వార్టర్స్లో. ఆ ఈవెంట్ ఎలా జరిగిందో ఈ వీడియోలో చూడండి. హాయ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, వెల్కమ్ టు అవర్ ఛానల్ సింపుల్ అండ్ డెలిషియస్ బై చెర్కూరి. ఆల్రెడీ పార్ట్ 1 మన ఛానల్లో అప్లోడ్ చేశాను. ఆ వీడియో చూశాక కంటిన్యూషన్ ఈ వీడియో చూడండి. ఒకటే వీడియోలో అప్లోడ్ చేద్దామంటే చాలా లెంతీ అయింది, సో 2 పార్ట్స్గా అప్లోడ్ చేశాను. వీడియో స్కిప్ చేయకుండా చూడండి, మీకు కూడా నచ్చుతుంది.
Building a solution or having ideas, if you are distracted by something else that requires mental load, which is probably your social feeds or email, your IQ goes down by 10%, 10 points according to Mensa. Right, to give you context, if you are a superior IQ, 10-point drop will make you average. I can tell you Alphabet doesn't pay me to be average in my life. I don't think you will yourself either. To give you a comparison, smoking cannabis reduces your IQ by 6%. I'm not promoting it, but you look, try 4.5 in my world. That's why I'm not creative and just teaching. You know, it's, but rest and recovery. How many times have we got a really important thing and we're up till, or you know, we've got hardly any sleep around it. But I think more and more actually just sleeping on a problem. You know, make it part of your process. I often get asked to create. I often get asked to help teams solve problems, and sometimes they go, "We've only got a day. We've only got a day for this workshop." And I go, "Great. Let's start at lunchtime on day 1, and we'll finish at lunchtime on day 2." Because then I naturally allow myself that time to be forced to step away halfway through. Because we've all been designing your day in line with your chronotype, your circadian rhythm. Are you doing that? If you're not, could you do it better? And also as well, if you're a night owl, extreme night owl, and you've decided you're gonna have dinner and then you're gonna spend this time doing this piece of work, this creative work. Other people are at the movies or at a party or going to have dinner or something like that. Would you give yourself permission to go to the movies the next morning at 9 o'clock? Maybe, but around that. Just remember, like, you know, only takes one person or one moment of yourself to be reductive to ruin that moment for everybody. Right, let's play a game, okay? Full option out there. And an unintended consequence for those of you that work with others, it only takes one confident person to go, "I've seen this before, I know, it's this way," and then we all just follow. So folks, this isn't about going, "I'm not going to have rivers of thinking." What it's about is going, "I've loved my rivers of thinking, but how do I disrupt them to have new ideas?" Let me hit you really. Syria and Iraq, how do you get confidence in life or death? We spoke to the first heart surgeon in the world to perform heart surgery with a robot, and the person died. How did they get back their confidence following a setback? We probably all can associate with that. You know, not to such an extreme, but like, I feel like I've had a setback. Let's go and learn from a different world, not just other people immediately around us. We even spoke to a con artist. Somebody we go and hang out in things like where it's the same subject matter. Like we're in fashion, we go and work with other fashion. Who's over there doing engines and grease? And somebody is in this room, I think. Like, let's go and talk to them because they'll give me a different perspective around that. I love this, right? I think you should do this more. And I just call it, if you want to go a step further, the unusual suspects. So I always just ask myself, have I got a perspective from someone who's got a normal point of view around this? And that can be twofold. Another person who shares your area, but it might just be your user, right? Your typical viewer or person that's engaging with your content. Go and get their perspective. And if you don't currently get perspective from your users, do it. Go and get it. Go and get it more. Go and get curious and obsessed with them. But also, how do you get a deep perspective? Who's been doing this for 20 years? How do I get that perspective from those that are massively making shorts work for me? I want to say a joke about where are they? But you know, like, we can go and get that perspective. We should go and see from people who are deep in the river. But this is the beautiful one. Who's got a weird and wonderful perspective? So I was working on a project once for oral healthcare, toothpaste, toothbrush. So who do we speak to? People who brush their teeth once, twice, 3 times a day. Talk to dentists, hygienists, parents, people that I had my 4 front teeth knocked out playing rugby. I've got 4 implants. I've had extensive surgery, more than most. So I've got a perspective there that most people wouldn't have because it's deep, but weird and wonderful. What about the person who cleans the hippo's teeth at London Zoo? Okay, like very different context. What about people that got a phobia to things in their mouth, they never brush their teeth? There's a third of the world that don't brush their teeth with a toothbrush. How do we go and learn about them? And the good thing is, okay, worked on an asthma project, spoke to a gentleman who developed severe asthma in the last year, and he, you know, what's your routine? You know, just get on with it, etc. Spoke to his kids. Daddy doesn't play with us in the park anymore. Totally different perspective. Both valid, but it's getting it away from that stuff. And I think this is one. How do you experience being them? Okay, I don't have asthma, but someone told me if I ran up and down the stairs 10 times and tried to breathe through a straw, I might have a feeling of what it's like. So depending on, you know, how do you get a bit of an understanding? How many times do you actually try and navigate your channel, your stuff to see what it's like? What's the experience from that perspective? Be them a bit more. And if you're going to spend time with them, don't do it in false environments. You know, don't do it on Insta going, give me some feedback, or what would you say about this? Because they probably think you're going to give them a freebie or something. Go and hang out with them. Go shopping with them. At ASDA, the board of ASDA, go shopping with a mum. It's a gender-specific target audience. The person sitting next to you who might work with. They might be in your, you're in the same team, right? Their river will be slightly different. So even just valuing that, but my push will be the more different the river can be, the more likely to get fresh perspective from a totally different point of view. And remember, different perspective is just another option. More options, better decisions. Folks, thank you for your time. I'm going to...
How's everyone doing? Do we need a stand up and shimmy? Do we need to scream? Do we need... Honestly, my God, my toes are nearly dead. Well, we are spoiling you today because we have...
My previous job, we looked after natural history, and there's quite a rich territory there of creators who work in that space. Who can help us just sort of reach different audiences to our, to our main content, but by sort of helping us highlight the great stuff that's happening to their audiences. And I think for me, and I think everyone talks about this word a lot, but the authenticity of that connection between the editorial brief, the creator and their audience, and actually that not feeling forced is so important. People with great charisma, enthusiasm for the topic, are a really great fit, and that's often what I'm looking for, is that natural synergy between the editorial and the creator's loves and enthusiasm.
That was amazing. Thank you so much, Nick, for being so generous with your answers and advice and open to collaboration. I hope everyone found that as helpful as we did. Right, a couple of updates from YouTube, and then it's party time. Is everyone all right? Is everyone okay? Okay, good. So a few YouTube updates. You might know some of this, not. Shout out questions if you want. We'll just spend about 15 minutes on this, so not too long, but hopefully we can conclude the day on thinking about creativity a little bit more. And I think if some of you are new to coming to YouTube, I just wanted to give you a little bit of how we think about ourselves and how we try and position ourselves in the market as well. So our vision for YouTube is to be creating the most rewarding on YouTube. And we think about this in 3 different kind of ways, which I'll go through. Does anyone know how old YouTube is? Do you know the year it was created? 50. How many? Nearly. 2005, well done, in the front row. I don't know. 2005. We are 19. We're out, we're out in the world. We're not a child anymore. We're not quite that old. But yeah, 2005, obviously, sort of first of its kind, and more than ever, there are now more people creating on YouTube. 3 ways we think about working together rewardingly is emotionally. And a lot of my creators talk to us about this, whether it's the power to change just one person's day with a video or talking to millions of people. You really value the communities that you create on YouTube, and it's this strong bond that keeps people coming back. They're interested in you, they're invested in you. For podcasts, live, whereas one platform might concentrate on live streaming, for example, we want YouTube to be the home for you to make any kind of content at any kind of length and put it all in one channel and see success there as well. And finally, financially, we've created this unique business model where we only succeed if you succeed. We share this revenue with you guys, and we now have more than ever a number of ways to make money on YouTube.
So I'm going to talk about the number of ways you can monetize on YouTube. So for example, you know, you've got ads, you can live stream, you can have super chats, super stickers, super thanks, you can enable channel memberships to help build up a deeper connection with your audience and offer perks. We've also got merch. So for example, if you have products, I know that Jessica's had products, she's got some t-shirts that my sister has, for example, and you can sell your products on YouTube as well. You just need to connect your store. And then also there's things such as Brand Connect, which is new, which some of you may have seen, to try and get some brand deals through YouTube as well.
Definitely go to your studios and have a look to see if the Brand Connect stuff is there as well. That's a good option.
Amazing. So what I would say, in terms of keeping up to date on YouTube, definitely check out Creator Insiders. Get your phones out, type it in, subscribe. That's where I get a lot of my product news as well, in terms of what's the latest thing that's happening on YouTube as well.
Does anyone watch that already? Anyone know? Okay, that's good.
My favourites are the weekly roundups in particular. And when it comes to product updates, we have one in particular. So, A/B thumbnail testing, who's heard of it? Yes. Okay, so at the moment, 50,000 creators have access in the beta, but we've got some good news which we're going to talk about in a video.
It comes from Jacqueline Dallas.
I feel like creators are so excited for thumbnail A/B testing, and I would love to know when it's going to roll out to everyone.
I love that feature because A/B thumbnail testing is when you take and let a creator show different versions of their thumbnails. Right now it's 3 versions of their thumbnails and see which one performs the best. For thumbnails that people are testing, a lot of times just the act of testing can give creators a 3 to 5% uplift. Interesting things also, like Mr. Beast discovered that a closed mouth actually works better in the thumbnail for him than an open mouth.
He was so happy to find that out.
This idea came out of how we do product development in our own teams. So for example, that feature I talked about where you long press and the video speeds up, our team tried out multiple versions of that, tried them on the site, saw which ones worked best. And then we said, not with this specific feature, but that kind of development where you try out a bunch of things was something we thought would be great to get into the hands of our creators as well. This test right now, we've rolled out to 50,000 creators in order to get feedback about how to make the feature better. And we're hoping to get it live to everyone in the coming year.
Next question.
It's a really exciting news, hopefully in the coming year.
Is anyone using it already? Is anyone like it? Ah, there's a hand shot up. How are you finding it?
It's excellent. Love it. Can we have title A/B testing next time?
Yes. Yes, that has definitely been mentioned before. Yes. And I think it's the thing about experimentation, you know, like Kirk was talking about as well, just, you know, you can always try and go back into your old portfolio catalogue as well and tweak the title, maybe change it to be seasonally representative or whatever, if something, you know, if someone's, you know, come up in the news that you've spoken about. There's definitely good ways to be creative even within, you know, the margins of a title or a thumbnail.
100%. Look at your evergreen content, see what works well. For example, if it's Fashion Week and you've got those fashion videos that can sometimes come back around as well, definitely look at tweaking them.
And so we wanted to just sort of showcase, obviously, we have a huge number of lady creators in the room who are making amazing stuff. So we wanted to show just some things that we found inspirational in terms of creators, women creators in the UK who's making great content. And first of all, thinking about long form is definitely still thriving. It's where a lot of you probably make most of your money. It's, you know, watch time is still a very...
I went here 8 years ago when I was beginning my YouTubing journey. I think it was something like a 1,000 subscribers learning day. And I learned so much in that day. And I think today, whether it's, you know, your first event or your 50th event, I think we've all probably learned a lot. So I think we should say a really big thank you to Andrea and Katja and to Kirk and to the BBC panel for putting together an amazing day. So thank you so much. So I was going to introduce myself, but I think you did that. Hi, I've got a dog called Tilly. Didn't mention that one. There we go. Something else. I work from home as well. What do you do, Mita? Yeah. You know, I'm a lawyer studying for my PhD, and I'm like, I'm a YouTuber.
చూశారు కదా, ఈ వీడియో మీకు నచ్చినట్టయితే లైక్ చేసి ఛానల్ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి ఫర్ మోర్ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ వీడియోస్. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ వాచింగ్.